Over the past year, we've been taking this really unusable sloped mountain lot and turning it into something accessible. This is just a walkway, and we needed a little bit more of a pathway that was designated for this. So this is what we turned it into, exact same shots to give you more of a context, and that's what we're going to be building today. You know the drill. Let's go ahead and take a screenshot of the materials list and let's dive into how to build this project. The first step that we're going to do is do some good planning. I wanted my walkways to be 36 inches wide. So to do this, I had to make my boxes 32 inches in width, and you'll have about a 2-inch overhang from your treads on each side of the box. So that gives you that 36 inches. With this, my plan is to cut the overall box size, the ones on the left and the right. Those pieces are going to be cut at 48 inches. The 32-inch caps are going to give you an overall length of 51 inches. And now that you have your plan, it's time to go shopping. So I went to Home Depot or Lowe's. I think in this case I went to Home Depot, Orange Cart, and picked up all of my materials and brought them home. Again, shopping list is included at the beginning of that, so just take a screenshot. But I had to unload all of these. And once I had everything completely unloaded, it was time for me to cut the wood. And while I don't have a video of me actually cutting the pieces, what I did is I took a standard 2x6 by 8 foot board, cut it directly in half at 48 inches, and those gave me the side pieces for my wood. And then I cut the caps at 32 inches and one in the center as well to just give me that overall box. Once that's all done cutting, this is treated lumber, so you absolutely need to treat your cut ends. What I'm doing here is a copper treatment with a foam brush to just give it a good coating. This is not an example of a good coating, so you'll definitely want to do more. It was hard to do one-handed, but that gives you an idea. I actually found it to be easiest when doing this by myself to just preset all of my screws, just drill those in just a hair, so it was a little bit easier to assemble all of my boxes. And basically that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking all of my boxes, laying them on my concrete driveway, and just attaching everything. Now you can pre-build these. I had to do that because it was a little bit easier to haul up to the mountains instead of trying to pre-build on crazy unlevel surface, so that just worked best for me. But now it's time to just assemble all of your boxes. So we took all of our boxes up to the mountains and just started laying them out. The thing about the mountain lot is it's very rocky. You've probably seen this from other videos. It's just crazy. So we had to pickaxe some of that rock out of the place so that we could have our boxes sit level. Now, the important thing about this is your boxes don't need to be level from left to right, but they do need to be level between your boxes so that your pathway has a good continuous flow. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer that. Once you have all of your boxes placed, the corners of those are going to be supported by the concrete paver bricks. That's how you're going to keep it flat. We also had used rebar to hold it in place on each of the sides. This is not a necessary step. We just decided we wanted to do that. It made us feel a little bit better. So you can see the concrete block underneath here. It should be on the corner, but honestly, we couldn't because of the rocks. So just do the best that you can to get these secure. And then you're going to cut all of your treads, the walkway, the top boards at 36 inches and just start to attach those. When it comes to a curve, what we found is the gaps are not going to be perfectly even. So you have to kind of play around with it, lay out all the treads and make sure that you have that nice flow that fits and gives you just enough gap for any type of moisture and expansion in the wood. Okay, we're making some progress. Look at this. My mom got all of these laid out so we can see the pattern. And she's just screwing them all down. But come on, this is so cute. Just another day in Cascade. Next, we started to build the boxes that are eventually going to lead up to the stairs. And basically we did the exact same thing, made the same size of boxes. Sometimes they were a little bit more narrow. And all we did was just stack them on top of each other and make sure that the height, the step down, wasn't more than 7 inches. We want it to be as natural feeling as possible. And so that's what we're doing here, is just kind of stacking up all of our boxes to give it a little bit better look. We were way off on our level here, but this tells you roughly how much we had to dig down into the ground for our concrete paver brick, and then to make it feel a little bit more level so that it's safe and it feels natural. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit the best way to do this would actually be to secure each of the corners in with a 4x4 post and concrete into the ground. I think that would be the very, very best thing to do. In this case, because our lot is so rocky, we would actually have jackhammer some of that rock out, or take a hammer drill into the rock and epoxy some rebar in place to give you a little bit better of a support system here. But this is essentially how the process goes. It takes a little bit of trial and error. Again, the important piece is always try to make your steps that full 36. And then make sure you're attaching all of the boxes with angle brackets and some Sentai screws to secure them all together. This is the overall process. It takes a little bit of time, but honestly, it goes really, really quickly, especially if you pre-assemble some of your boxes. It goes super, super smoothly. So what did you think of this project? This was one that we thought had a huge wow factor and was quite easy. Again, this is what it looked like before, and here's what it looked like after. Don't forget to hit subscribe and follow along for more DIY videos in the near future. Bye!